It's the Cape Hatteras National Seashore. OBX. We had to ride on new bikes.
Mother of all lighthouses.
What we got here?
And you do them like you do them.
You ready to get some steps in? 1, 7, and 9. Oh, God.
It's breathtaking.
Enter the United States Life-Saving Service.
Let's go fly a kite.
Go, Patrice! Are you kidding me?
Ha! Nailed the landing. What a beautiful bridge.
Yes, we are crossing the Oregon Inlet Bridge.
Love how it meanders out over into the water. This area was established 3 different times in history. Late 1500s, early 1700s, and again in the late 1800s when it finally took roots.
Really?
I guess they really wanted to be here.
There are 10 national seashores in the United States, and this one was designated in 1937 as America's first. It's the Cape Hatteras National Seashore.
There are a lot of firsts in this area. First in flight up the road in Kitty Hawk.
It's the first time we've been here, so that's pretty cool. And also, it's 170 miles long, and it's the first barrier island I know of that has its own prefix, OBX.
I love how plump their seagulls are.
Welcome to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. There are 2 ways to get out here to the Outer Banks. The Wright Memorial Bridge through Kitty Hawk or the Roanoke Island Bridge takes you into the Cape Hatteras National Seashore, right onto North Carolina Highway 12, right down here to Camp Hatteras. Camp Hatteras is a perfect spot to camp here in the Outer Banks. You've got an oceanside campsite and you've got the Pamlico Sound campsites.
You've got nice level pads, concrete with your own picnic table. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Then we would say jacks down and we're ready to camp. Once we got the adventurer backed into our site, it was time to get the bikes off our toad and head to watch the sunset.
I've got happy hour.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Once we get out of the park, you lead the way, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I'll follow you anywhere. We're not getting our steps in for sunset, but I'll take a pedal or 2.
Sure. That's why I'm pedaling. I'm not using electric on my bike today.
Oh, I'm pedaling.
So you got pedal assist on?
I do, I do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've had that 1 foot down all day.
I've been hearing about this place my entire life. Growing up in Florida surfing, I've always heard about the surf here on the Outer Banks, and we were not disappointed. We get to the Rodanthe Pier for sunset. It's absolutely beautiful. It was just a great way to end day 1.
I'm glad I brought my little cups.
Oh, nice.
I already poured them inside.
Sweet.
Cheers.
And look at this. Beautiful homes.
Yeah. And our camp spot has the perfect for sunset.
Yeah, I can still see the river over there. We're just right here.
I know. You know, we could have just stayed there and set up camp and
Yeah.
had one of these back at camp, but we had to get the ride in, and I'm glad we did.
We had to ride on new bikes. I love them. They are beach cruisers, so guess what? Perfect spot for them.
Yeah.
My first time seeing Outer Banks. And just the sound of it, it sounds so much different to me.
Does it?
Yeah, it's much heavier waves.
So what do you have us doing this week?
So this week it's all about lighthouses. You got the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse and we got the Bodie Lighthouse, so we're going to be checking that out. And we'll see on the final day, we got something special planned for you.
I know that there's a lot of stories out there too to be told because of this being the first national seashore.
Yep.
I can't wait. Too bad you can't fit your surfboard on.
I know.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Pretty nice, huh?
Right out the doorstep.
Day 2 arrived, so we jumped into towed, we grabbed our electric beach bikes, and we headed south to the iconic Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. So I thought we'd start our day here at the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse and look at where it used to be.
Look at those shorelines, the old shorelines. No wonder they had to move it. Holy Moses.
So if we're standing here, it says you are here, so it would have been right there on that mound. And it took them 23 days to move it over there.
And we're gonna go check that out.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Awesome.
But the real reason I started here because I wanted to check the surf.
Of course. That at one point was the tallest lighthouse in the world.
Really?
Now it's the tallest in the country.
Hey, it's Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. It is very famous.
It is the mother of all lighthouses.
Yeah. So as we made our way through the park and you got closer to the lighthouse, it got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
And so we made our way up right into the visitor center there. We parked the bikes and we got to meet Ranger Alyssa. She told us all about the lighthouse.
I'd love to share some more stories with you both today and a little bit of history.
I'd love it. Let's check it out.
Come and follow me.
Show us around.
This lighthouse was built in 1870, so we just recently celebrated its 150th birthday.
It is so tall. I would love to climb to the top to get the view of this peninsula from up there.
This lighthouse was built as a warning beacon to warn ships not to come close to shore. So it needed to be very tall so ships could be 20 miles out to sea and know to go around those sandbars. It's still considered an active aid to navigation, so the lighthouse turns on every single night, and the bulb that is inside of it, I actually have right in my pocket here. This light is the light that is up inside the lighthouse. There's 2 of them, one on each side, and it's 800,000 candle power, 100 watts. Each lighthouse has a different flash pattern and a different day mark. Ours swirls around 3.5 times, I believe. It's the visitor center. We have a park store, so you can go in there and get your perfect souvenir. We have a museum of the sea, it's called, where the lighthouse keepers would have lived with their families, and we've turned it into a museum.
That's all the shipwrecks out there.
I bet there's a lot of gold out there.
Some doubloons.
We have 70 miles of undeveloped beaches here, and we also, if you look around, we have woods. We have a maritime forest. It's almost like the best of both worlds, you could say.
I was a little bummed that we couldn't climb it, but when they're done restoring it, it just gives us another excuse to come back. After that, though, we headed over to Risky Business Seafood Market to buy some fish.
What do you think?
All right.
You want some shrimp?
Everything we have is just from here, and we just keep it simple. We're a small little shop because you don't need much. I mean, we just get fresh fish in daily, so we don't need a big store. We don't need big freezers to hold things. We get everything fresh daily.
Park, so look at this quiver, man. Tell me what we got here. Start over here.
All right, on this end, we have Spanish mackerel. Here we have speckled sea trout, swordfish, mahi, or also dolphin fish, grouper, specifically snowy grouper,
looks good.
tuna, yellowfin tuna, ahi.
Immediately when I walked in, I want some grouper, and I want some tuna steaks, and then I want some smoked tuna dip, and I want some of the shrimp spice, maybe some of those scallops.
So which size shrimp do you prefer? Both are North Carolina browns, just slightly smaller, which I think are sweeter.
And I know that's your favorite.
That's about a pound. What do you think about that one?
That
A
sounds
pound?
perfect.
All right.
And you do them like you do them.
You got it. Cooked and spiced.
Yes.
We're kind of known for cooking shrimp. We sell oysters from our local maricultured oyster farms, which we have 3 of. All right, Patrice, this is a Slash Creek oyster
For me?
for you.
Aw,
Should be
shucks.
super briny.
You know, you're supporting the local business, you're supporting the local fishermen, and you're eating local fish. What could be better?
Well, this is gonna be my first time going up in a lighthouse. What about you?
I've never been. I've never climbed inside one. I learned yesterday about the day marks, and this one's significantly different,
Yeah, this is not as tall as Cape Hatteras.
but still impressive.
Probably not as famous as Cape Hatteras, but you know what? We're definitely gonna have a fun time getting up to the top. You ready to get some steps in?
Heck yeah.
Always. 1871.
Yeah. Oh.
Kind of creepy.
Look at this.
Wow.
This is cool. Man. Look at the detail.
We're going all the way up there.
We're literally getting our steps in.
214 steps. It's probably like a 10-story building. We better
Ready?
get going. Oh, but look. Only one person allowed on the stairs at one time. So,
I'll meet you at the next platform.
hello.
Hello. Are you coming up?
I like to say 219 steps from brick to balcony. Most of those are on a historic floating staircase, so the stairs haven't been reinforced into the wall. They're just holding on to the wrought iron on the landing. And so because of that, that's some of the rules and regulations that we have as far as kind of one person on a staircase at a time.
176, 177, 178, 179. Oh, God. Only 2 more to go.
Jeez, look at this view. It's breathtaking.
Oh, my gosh.
And that
this is-
breeze.
Construction began in 1871, pretty much right after the current Hatteras Lighthouse was finished up. A lot of that same crew kind of came up here and started construction on this one. It was completed in 1872, first lit on October 1st of that year. The original fuel source was pig lard. A lot of folks think whale oil, but at that point it was kind of getting scarce, a little expensive. The lighthouse keepers were responsible for every drop of fuel, and if they spilt any, it came out of their paycheck. They carried it up in 5-gallon buckets, originally pig lard, so they'd have to heat it up and burn it. And if you've ever cooked bacon before, all that sputtering and splattering, same thing was taking place here, so a lot of cleaning that needed to be done as well.
Oh my gosh.
To be able to show those sorts of views and share the history of the area, that's why I really enjoy this job.
And I couldn't wait to come back and set up for camp night. We've got a special guest coming to tell us some stories about the area. It's gonna be a good night here at the RV.
And then now, Hatteras.
Now we're cooking.
Honey, I can't wait. It smells so delicious.
So tell us here in the Outer Banks what you do. You are a custodian of history, certainly.
I represent the keeper. Now, anytime a person hears the term keeper, they automatically think of one thing and one thing only, a lighthouse. And that's certainly true. But lighthouses were only half of the story of maritime rescues. When a wreck occurred, there's nothing the lighthouse could do about it. Entered the United States Life-Saving Service. These were guys that actually went out and rescued shipwreck victims. It existed on all of our coasts for 44 years. In that time, they saved over 177,000 people coming in one at a time, and somehow America has forgotten this history. It doesn't make any sense to me. So that's why I do what I do.
The Coast Guard of the times, basically?
In 1915, the Life-Saving Service merged with the United States Revenue Cutter Service to form today's U.S. Coast Guard. The phrase, "so others may live," that came from the United States Life-Saving Service.
When I hear this story, these are the true watermen. They've put their life on the line for someone else. And to row a boat out into this ocean out here, I'm from Florida, much heavier surf out
In
here.
December.
It's incredible. I mean, that's truly incredible.
Absolutely.
And I love that you are still telling these stories and living these stories for others to learn. What a treat
Yeah.
this has been. Oh my goodness, Keeper James, thank you for a great evening.
We woke up on day 4, we drove north to Jockey's Ridge State Park to do something we have never done before.
So this is what you've got us doing today?
Well, we could have gone to the Wright Brothers Museum, but I figured we'd give it a try and fly ourselves.
Okay, which one are you? Orville or Wilbur?
Definitely a Wilbur.
So you guys have already done the waivers. We're gonna get ground school started right out on the deck. We'll get that taken care of, and then we'll get you all harnessed up and we'll go flying.
Can't wait.
All right.
Okay.
So it was a short walk out to the dunes with Billy and Megan. We were a little nervous because I just didn't know what to expect. Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, clear.
Go McCabe!
Yeah.
Right there.
Are you kidding me?
Pull it 1 inch. Right there, buddy. Clear.
Yeah, McCabe!
Hang on.
Oh, I hope I get up.
Woo! There's just something about when you catch that air, the feeling is like nothing I've ever felt before. Go, Patrice!
Right there. Out a little, right there. Right there. You're right there. He's out a little.
She's flying.
There you go.
Nice.
Ha! Nailed the landing.
Yeah, baby! She did it.
It was awesome. I want to do it again. I want to do it again here in the Outer Banks. I will hang glide anywhere you want me to. Yeah.
Kind of freaks you out when you
Oh God, that took my breath away.
I know you guys are into kites, and we've got a few things here. We're mostly a hang gliding school, but the main Kitty Hawk store, if you go out, turn right, it's the first big complex on the left. They got a whole lot more kites, toys, t-shirts. Yeah, you got to check it out.
Thank you, Billy. I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
out. That was
It's
fun.
so much
So
fun.
much, yeah.
Cool.
I flew. Look at the beagle
Of course.
and the chicken and the beagle on the bike.
It's like kite overload. Look at all this stuff.
Lots of yard art.
It's the 50th anniversary of Kitty Hawk Kites. We started in 1974 as just a hang gliding shop. It was a little garage, and then slowly they started to add more kites. John Harris, the owner, just had this spirit of creating uplifting experiences for the guests. So everyone who came in, the thought is always there, how can we improve this for the guests and the people who come to the Outer Banks? So that's where we started adding toys for the kids and beach supplies, and of course the Outer Banks apparel, which everyone loves so much.
I like this one.
Oh, I like that color.
Yeah.
It's absolutely all ages. It brings that kid out in you though. When you see a kite go up in the air, it's almost like looking at a kaleidoscope. It's really quite beautiful to see those kites go up, and then when you learn how to control it, it gets really fun because you start to dance with the kite a little bit. So it's a little bit fun no matter what the age is. But with the dunes coming and the sound and the ocean all coming together on this narrow strip of the Outer Banks, it just creates the perfect condition for kite flying, kite boarding, wind surfing, and everything that goes into wind activities.
Man, you have got the haul
I
today.
do. They got me drive an RV.
This week has been fantastic. Camp Hatteras, whether you're on the sound side or the beach side, a great RV park to stay at when you come to the Outer Banks. We had history, we had lighthouses, we had food. What was your favorite part?
Oh, I love driving across that bridge to get to Camp Hatteras.
OBX.
What a beautiful drive. The Outer Banks get you right away. I loved hang gliding today. It was wonderful. Climbing the lighthouses, but I'm gonna say getting local sustainable fish from Risky Business Seafood Market and cooking it for Keeper James. Having a special guest at camp is my favorite, getting to cook for him and learn all the history. What was yours?
For me, hang gliding, obviously, but I've been waiting for this for a long time. But Patrice has been a little bit nervous about it. If you listen to Billy and Megan teach you how to do this hang gliding, it's not that difficult. It's a short flight, but the feeling of flying is like nothing I've ever felt before. And to do it here in the Outer Banks, the birthplace of flight, put it on your bucket list.
Let's go fly a kite.